welcome to Polish with Ray. I'm Rachel and today I'm going to share with you what I wore on my nails in June. I hope you are ready for neons. I hope you're ready to see lots of neons. I hope you're ready to see a lot of neon creams. I hope you're ready to see lots of toppers and combinations because I wore so many polishes and so many combinations in June. Are you ready for this? Altogether, in June, I wore 28 polishes. Yeah, that's a lot. And that's 28 polishes that I didn't swatch and leave on my nails. No, I picked to wear all of these and put them on my nails because I felt like it. That might be my biggest nail polish month for the year so far. And I'm so happy about that because at the end of the year last year when I did my yearly recap, my yearly roundup of all the polishes that I wore, I was really disappointed that my biggest month for polish wearing wasn't in the summertime because my favorite kind of polishes to wear are the really bright saturated colors. So 28 polishes, that's amazing. Altogether, that included 17 different manicures. One was a 5 polish Skittle and then quite a few were toppers that were layered over other polishes. Someone mentioned in a comment for last month's video, and I saw I got a lot of thumbs up, that they would like to see like the dates that I wore the polishes for. I have to say, in this moment right now, I don't have my life together enough for that. Like, I'm doing pretty good to remember and to put the polishes that I put on my nails into this container and remember to share them with you. I, right now, am not organized enough to be able to tell you when I wore the polishes. If it helps, typically I wear polishes for about 48 hours. I wear them for 2 days. If I really like them and they hold up well, I always make sure to mention that they were 3-day manicures or 4-day manicures. But right now, with the amount of swatching I'm doing, usually I wear polishes for about 24 hours to 48 hours. I wish I could wear them longer, but I just don't have time. I have to get back to swatching. But anyway, I'm really excited about what I have to share with you. It's a lot of brights. Hopefully you like those too. And if you haven't seen one of my monthly mani videos before, basically we're gonna take a look at all the polishes I put on my nails in June. First, I'll show you bottle shots of what I wore as pedicures. Then we'll take a look at manicures, starting with the manicures that I liked okay, then the manicures that I did not like at all, finish with the manicures that I absolutely loved. And that category is huge this month, as usual. All right, so pedicures. I typically wear my pedicures for 2 weeks. So the first 2 weeks of the month, I wore Morgan Taylor This Is How I Roll. This Is How I Roll is a super bright purple cream. So this actually released in this year's Morgan Taylor Summer 2025 collection. If you haven't seen my review for that collection, I will post it up here. But I have been having a blast wearing those polishes, which is wild because usually when I swatch something, I don't want to wear it for a while. Like, I feel like I just had it on my nails. I don't want it on me again. I want to give other polishes a chance. But this whole collection, I just can't stay away. They're gorgeous. Like, the formulas are wonderful 1 to 2 coat formulas. They're so easy to work with and they're so bright. So This Is How I Roll, I really wanted to put on. I knew I wouldn't get to wear it as a full manicure for very long, so I decided to put it on as a pedicure, only to realize I don't like purple pedicures for me. I didn't like this on my nails. It was a beautiful color. It had a great formula and it was fun to apply, but when it was on, I was ready to change it almost immediately. I kept it on for a couple weeks because I didn't have time to change it, but I won't be reaching for this as a pedicure again. As a manicure, yes though. And then the other pedicure that I just took off last week is from China Glaze, and it is Guava Mama. Guava Mama is a warm neon pink cream. I can't believe this sat untried in my collection for years. I think I got it on Beyond Polish, like super marked down. I was like, why not? I have so many neon pinks, but what's one more? And I'm glad I did because this one was beautiful. It was just, the formula again was fantastic. And this I actually loved on my nails. I did not want to take it off. It had like a super squishy jelly finish, but it built up really quickly in 2 coats. It was gorgeous. I got a lot of compliments when this was on. I will be reaching for it again as a pedicure and probably a manicure as well. On to manicures now, starting with ones I just liked okay. The first one comes from Cadillacquer and it's called Strawberry. Strawberry is a very vibrant, reddy, coral kind of jelly base with shimmer that shifts green to blue to purple at extreme angles. Okay, so this polish was fine. It was nothing to write home about. I didn't think I would love the base color on me. I was right. It was fine. Like, it was a pretty color, but I just would have rather have had something pinker or redder on my nails. The shimmer was very glowy and prominent, and I liked that it didn't conceal the base color, but it was still pretty sheer in 3 coats. I also felt like, you know, I've worn something kind of similar to this before, and I thought it reminded me of Bee's Knees Lacquer Active Wrath or Bee's Knees Lacquer. This is K-Lid, but you can see the base colors of those are quite different. This is K-Lid is a lot deeper and more red, and Active Wrath is pink and less coral. But regardless, I was thinking, you know, I'd rather have these on my nails than this one, so I'm gonna destash this. Another one that I just liked okay comes from Atomic Polish, and it is Francium. Francium has a bold purple base with shimmer that shifts red to copper to gold. This one had a wonderful formula. It was fully opaque in 2 coats. It built up really well, and I gotta say, in general, if you love a shimmery neon, Atomic does them really well. Like, they build up really beautifully, and the base color is super prominent. I have enjoyed a lot of the polishes in this finish I've gotten from Atomic, but this kind of purple's not really my favorite. I'm just kind of picky about it. Kind of actually reminds me the base color of the Morgan Taylor we looked at before. It just kind of hit or miss for me. It's not my favorite base color. And it actually reminded me a lot of another Atomic polish that I have and love called Violet Flame. The base color is actually the same in these 2 polishes, or it's really, really close. It might be just a little bit lighter in Violet Flame, but the shimmer is a lot more subdued in Francium, and I prefer the more intense pinky shimmer that Violet Flame has. So I just can't really justify having both of these when I don't wear this color all that often. So I'm going to be passing on Francium to a friend. And then the last polish that I just liked okay, I hesitate to put in the love category because I did enjoy wearing it on my nails, but it just wasn't to the same level as the love category polishes were. It is Wildflower Lacquer, which is now rebranded to Royla Snakeskin 2.0. This polish has a bright aqua blue base, and it's packed with scattered holographic flakes as well as iridescent flakes. This is another one that's just been sitting untried in my collection for a couple years, and at the beginning of the summer I was almost like, you know what? I haven't worn this, I haven't reached for it, I'm getting rid of it. Because that's just the kind of person I am. If I'm not using something, I want it gone. So I thought, you know what? Why haven't I worn this? I'll destash it. My friend was interested. I said, you know what? Okay, let me try it on and make sure I like it first. Make sure I don't like it first. And if I don't, I'll pass it on to you. I put it on my nails. I did really enjoy this. I think I wasn't quite in the mood for it at the time I wore it, so I want to give it another chance. It wasn't a love, but it was a really, really enjoyed wearing this kind of polish. I wore it actually on a couple day car trip. We went out of town, and so I got to see it in every lighting. You know, I love that about car trips. Like, when you hit the sun, you get to see those hollow flaky sparkle, but when you take it out of the direct sunlight, those shifty flakes really come out to play. Yeah, this was really fun on my nails. It felt very playful, and I enjoyed it. And then as far as manicures I didn't like, there were 2 this month. The first one comes from 1422 Designs. It's Fan the Olympic Flame. This one has a bright mid-toned purple base, and it is packed with warm-toned iridescent flakes as well as scattered holographic flakes. So the flakes in here were gorgeous, but I don't think I realized when purchasing this just how sheer it would be. Like I've said before on my channel, I have a really prominent visible nail line, so sometimes polishes that don't seem to be sheer on other people end up looking really sheer on myself, and that was the case with this one. I put it on in June. It felt like it should have been more of a spring shade on my nails because the base color just wasn't as punchy as it is in the bottle. And although the flakes are beautiful, I don't think I like it enough to keep it to wear in the springtime, because this just isn't my kind of springtime shade. I will say the formula was great. I have a pink from the same collection in the same finish that I think is a little bit more opaque, and so I want to try that one. but yeah, I will be parting with this one. And then the other manicure I did not like in June was a combination. As a base, I wore Olive Ave Polish Palm Trees. This one is a cool toned green cream polish. And then I topped it with Ethereal Lacquer Ether Dragon. Ether Dragon has a super sheer purpley pink base with shimmer that shifts green to blue. So Palm Trees was on my summer rack. Ethereal Lacquer Ether Dragon was on my spring rack. I wore it this winter and loved it, but I didn't get around to it again in the springtime. So I put on Palm Trees. I felt like it needed a little something something, so I added Ethereal Lacquer Ether Dragon, and like, wow, when I put it on my nails, beautiful. Like, I really liked how it looked, but an hour later, the polish all slid off my nails. I don't know what happened, because I did a base coat, my normal base coat, 2 coats of the Olive Ave polish, 1 coat of Ethereal Lacquer Ether Dragon, and top coat. None of the coats were thick. I didn't rush the manicure. I let every coat dry before I applied the next coat. And so I was so confused when, like, one of my nails, the polish completely slid off. And you know what? Another hour later, another nail just completely came off. And it wasn't like it chipped off or flaked off. It was not dried down. It just smeared off my nail. I was so disappointed. Because I really did like how this combination looked. I thought it was like something different, and I like the shimmer with this kind of base color. But for some reason, the Olive Ave polishes, they don't work for me. I've bought so many of them, and I've ended up destashing almost all of them because I can't get them to dry down. Like, I'll put them on and let them sit for an hour or 2 hours, and they just never seem to dry. It must be a body chemistry thing, because I know not everyone experiences that with that brand, but it's just weird because I've never experienced like a body chemistry situation. Like, I always kind of thought that was a myth. But for real, this brand just doesn't work for me. They won't dry on me for whatever reason. So because of that, I took it off that night, and it ended up in this category. All that to say, I will be keeping Ether Dragon, but destashing the Olive Ave. And onto manicures that I loved. There were so many. The first is Polish for Days Cascade. This one has a cobalt blue jelly base, and it is jam-packed with iridescent flakes that shift red to copper to gold to green to blue. Another one that has been sitting in my collection probably for 3 or 4 years untouched, that I was like, you know what, I need to just wear it and figure out if I want to get rid of it, because 2025 is the year that I'm done with the untries. Like, unless I bought the polish within the past year, I don't want it sitting in my collection for years and years and years untried, because there's a reason that I'm not reaching for it. And whatever that reason is, I want to get that polish out of my collection. So this one I finally got on my nails, and I'm glad I wore it before I destashed it because I really liked it. The flakies in here are bomb. Like, Polish for Days flaky bomb polishes are incredible. They are a brand I would blind buy. Most of their flaky polishes, they wow me every single time. Yeah, the cool blue of this base paired with those shifty flakes, it was really, really fun. I will say it is a near dupe for a polish that I love and have worn several times, which is Great Lakes Lacquer Labrador Essence. It's interesting because they're both PPU releases. I had to grab it so you can see. Yeah, the Great Lakes Lacquer released in January of 2021, and then Cascade released in August of 2021, but they are near identical. The base color is the same, the shifts in the flakes are the same. The only difference is the Great Lakes Lacquer flakies look shinier, and the Polish for Days flakies kind of have like a little bit of a matte, flatter finish to them. But other than that, they're identical. So I may destash the Polished for Days because I've already worn the Great Lakes Lacquer several times. I would rather keep that one, but I don't know. It's hard to get rid of it because I like them both. Another one I wore and loved was You of Unbreakable Will from Lurid Lacquer. This one has a fiery red base with shimmer that shifts red to copper to gold. Oh my gosh, gorgeous. Gorgeous. I cannot wait to shop more Lurid Lacquer at PBE. Except for one polish, I have loved everything I've tried from them. And the one I didn't love, it was just a color preference. So yeah, her polishes just every time are beautifully formulated. This one was so rich and punchy and fun. And I had the same feeling I had with Polished for Days Cascade when this was on my nails, which is there is no way I don't have a red already like this. Like, Rachel, you don't need all the reds. That's what I'm trying to tell myself this year, is I don't need every single beautiful red because I have so many of them. So I was sure I had something like this in my collection. I looked and I haven't found it yet. Like, most of the reds I have with warmer goldy shifts are deeper in base color. They're not this like warmer red shade because I do typically prefer a bluer toned red. Okay, that aside, this polish is stunning. If you ever have the chance to get your hands on it and you do like wearing these warmer reds, you will love this one. The shimmer is so sparkly, it is dramatic, it's punchy and fiery and fun. I adore it. Next up, I love China Glaze Head to Mojitos. This one is a neon teal cream, neon cool tone green cream that I'm sure is not coming off color accurate. Okay, again, what took me like 3 or 4 years to get this on my nails? I loved it, just like everyone said I would. Like, there's a reason why so many people raved about this shade when this collection released, which super disappointed. We didn't get something similar from China Glaze this summer. But anyway, this shade is worth the hype. I'm pretty sure it's very difficult to find now, but if you can get it, get it. It is good. Fully opaque in 2 coats, gorgeous formula, and a color that you just can't stop staring at. It's so punchy and fun. I loved it. Like, I feel like I sound like a broken record, but seriously, like, this June had some knockout polishes. Another one I really enjoyed is BCB Lacquer's Beyond the Sunset Leads My Way. This one has a neon corally orange base with a strong pinky purple shimmer. This was so fun on my nails. I will say I didn't love the shimmer in here. Like, I wish it was a little bit less opaque and a little bit more glowy because I would have liked more punch from the shimmer. The color was fun, and this is a color I don't tend to reach for. I don't have anything like this in my collection. I wasn't sure I was gonna like it. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm throwing in all these comparisons. You'll have to let me know if you like that. But it's quite like Cadillacquer Strawberry, the base color, and then the blue shift in the shimmer, but this one is a lot more jelly, and the BCB Lacquers is a lot more opaque. If these could be like right in the middle, I think that would be like the perfect polish for me. But regardless, I really liked having this on my nails and I'm super happy I purchased it. Next up, we have Cir Colors Retail Therapy. This one is a super bold neon pink cream. This polish is great. It might end up in my favorites for the year, because again, I think I said this just recently, I don't tend to rewear polishes often that I just finished swatching, and weeks after I swatched this, I wanted it on my nails again. It's so bright and bold and saturated, and it's like the kind of bright where my brain can't even imagine this color. It like doesn't even feel real. If you are a neon pink lover and you don't have retail therapy, you need to change that. This polish is beautiful. It has a great formula too. It's fully opaque in 2 coats. I would not be surprised to see myself wear this as a pedicure again this year because I just want to wear it as much as I can before it starts to fade. Another one I really enjoyed comes from Rogue Lacquer, and it's Creative Chaos. This one is actually one that can be worn as a topper or as a standalone polish. It's got a clear base and it is packed with a rainbow of iridescent flakes. So I was in a rush when I put on this manicure. I ended up wearing 2 coats with just a base coat and top coat, and I thought it turned out beautiful. I just did that last month with Rogue Lacquer Apparition and did not like how it turned out because it showed too much of my visible nail line, but I didn't feel like this did. It concealed my nail line, it gave me lots of interest on the nails, it felt like kind of effortless with the clear base color. It was really beautiful. I'll definitely be reaching for this again over Apparition the next time I just want to do a few coats of a topper over my nails for a quick manicure. Okay, some combos now. The next one includes a topper. As a base, I wore Morgan Taylor Don't Be a Tease. This one is a warm neon pink cream, and I topped it with KBShimmer A Star Is Formed. This one has a clear base and it is packed with scattered holographic micropigments. This was such a beautiful combination. I couldn't stop staring at my nails when this was on. It was like Barbie in paradise. It was so fun and bright and punchy. It was good. Morgan Taylor Don't Be a Tease is another one that came out with their summer collection this year. I loved it. I actually put this on right after swatching that collection. I wish the KBShimmer were still available. It's not, but I love it, so I continue to wear it anyway. But yeah, this combo, so fun. Highly recommend a neon with some kind of holographic topper. It never steers you wrong. And I like the neon vase with a hollow topper. I did it a few times. A few times in June. This next one included 3 polishes. As a base, I wore Cir Colors C.R.E.A.M. This one is a yellow leaning neon green cream. I topped it with ILNP Moonstone, which is a topper with a clear base and shimmer that shifts purple to pink to red to copper to gold. Those are like kind of Aurora micro flakies. And then I topped it again with ILNP My Private Rainbow X, which is a topper with a clear base and micro holographic pigments. I love this mani. Cream is another one. I was like just feeling cutthroat in June and I was ready to eliminate anything from my collection that I'd had for a long time and not worn. I was ready to do that to Cream. I'm glad I didn't. I love this on my nails. I've always said I do not really like yellow leaning greens at all in any like tone and any like, you know, part of the color range, like dark greens, light greens, no yellow leaning greens, please. This made me a liar because it was so fun on the nails. It popped against my skin tone. I mean, it would pop against anyone's skin tone. It's a neon green. But it was so poppin' on the nails. It was bright and fun and unexpected. And then the topper, My Private Rainbow X, is amazing. If you're in the market for a hollow topper, I really recommend that one. I think like price-wise and like the quality of the holographic, it's probably my favorite holographic topper that is currently available. It's so good. My only gripe about this manicure was Moonstone. Yeah, Moonstone from ILNP. Why did I even include it? You couldn't see it was on my nails at all unless I was looking for it. And that's been my experience every time I've reached for this topper. I think I've worn it 4 or 5 times. It has a significant fill line, so I feel like I can't get rid of it. But I don't want it. Every time I put it on my nails, it lets me down. So I didn't like this, but I loved the manicure and I did it again. I promise also, if this is your first time watching my videos, I don't usually wear this many Cirque Colors polishes. I'm sharing a whole lot of them this month, but I had said in my summer rack video, I really want to get to wearing my neon creams this summer because I'm realizing they're starting to fade and I want to get a lot of use out of them before they fade. And most of my neon creams are from Cirque because they make them so well. This one came from Cirque's 2025 Vice collection, so it's currently available. I will link it as well as any polish from this video that is still available down in the description box. But my next manicure was a combo again. I wore Cir Colors White Lie as a base. This one claims to be a neon white cream. I'm using air quotes. Really, it's just a white cream that is blue light reactive. And then I topped it with Colores de Carol Magic Pixie Dust, which has a clear base and some half moon shaped holographic silver glitters. So I was really craving like a crisp white manicure, and I have just been really itching to wear Colores de Carol Magic Pixie Dust. I want to say I've worn it once before, but I don't really remember, so maybe I haven't. But anyway, I said why not put them together? So I did, and I loved it. Like wearing a white cream with a silver holographic topper, I think that look's gonna have to start being a summer staple for me because it just felt so quintessential summer. Sorry if the angle changed. My battery died. I'm talking too much. But I was gonna say, I don't recommend getting Cir Colors White Lie if you're not like a white polish lover, if that's not something you already enjoy wearing, or if you don't spend a lot of time under black light. It's just not anything super different from like your standard issue white cream. I will say it has a great formula. It's fully opaque for me in 2 coats, and I really like how it dries down to a squishy finish. It just looks beautiful with a glossy top coat. But it is now my like staple white cream in my collection. I didn't have a white cream that I really liked. I just felt like all of them were really chalky, and this one doesn't feel that way on me, so I loved it. And then the Cadillacquer, again, I don't think I've worn it before. At least I don't remember it, but I loved it with this manicure. All right, 3 more. The next one includes the last of the Cert colors in this video. And I did like a beautiful Pride Month Skittle with these 5 colors. On my thumb, I wore Cir Colors Road Rage, which is a neon pinky red cream. On my pointer finger, I wore Cir Colors Pyro, which is a neon orange cream. On my middle finger, I wore Cir Colors Sun In from this year's Vice collection. It is a neon lemony yellow cream. On my ring finger, I wore Cir Colors Kushy, which is a neon lime green cream. And then on my pinky, I wore Cir Colors Mile High Club, which is a neon blue cream. I loved this. I loved it. I thought about adding like a topper or something, but I was like, I can't. I can't change anything about this manicure. It's already just like perfect as it is. It was so like bright and loud and fun. I loved wearing it in June for Pride Month. I was actually inspired to wear it by Caitlin Swatches. I've been going through like her old videos. I told her I was doing this too. She was like, oh my gosh. I've been going through her old videos and like watching them. Like she used to do a long time ago when she wasn't swatching nearly as much as she is now. But she used to do a lot of monthly manis videos and I think they're so fun, and she always comes up with like the cutest, most creative combos. And I was watching one of her monthly mani videos from years and years ago from June, and she wore a 10-piece Skittle, Cir Colors Vice Collection Skittle, where every nail on all 10 fingers was a different color. And I thought that was so fun. I could not handle not having the symmetry though. So I did both nails the same 5 colors. But anyway, she inspired this manicure. This polish was beautiful. These polishes are beautiful. The only thing that was like a little bit of a downer with this was Cir Colors Pyro has faded. It's faded a lot, and I think that one's only a couple years old. So that made me sad. But at least I got to wear it again before it faded more. 2 more, and they are both favorites for the year, I think. The first one is Monarch Lacquer Truth or Dare. This one is a neon magenta pink cream with a blue shimmer and black flakies that are matte in a variety of shapes and sizes. I'm so happy I have this polish. I hadn't worn it yet. It was untried. It was one I couldn't believe was untried in my collection. And I'm just feel fortunate. I feel so lucky to have gotten to experience the beauty that is Monarch Lacquer Truth or Dare. It's amazing. It's just the most punchy, vibrant, purpley pink base. I love the different glitters in here. I just, like, it almost brought me to tears. How beautiful this is. I will say, like, don't buy it for the shimmer. The shimmer is not the highlight of this polish. It's like sometimes you see the shimmer, but most of the time you don't. But I bought it for the fun base color and the glitters, and the shimmer is just like something extra. Beautiful polish. Love. Love, love, love. And then the final polish that I wore in July that was also a favorite comes from ILNP, and it is Jelly Bean. Jelly Bean has a neon green appley crelly base, and it is packed with scattered holographic flakies. This one also nearly brought me to tears. I'm tempted to wear it again. It's a favorite of the year. It's amazing. The base color is just so loud and in your face and bold and intense and fun and playful and unexpected. It's all the things. And then the hollow sparkle in here is beautiful. I have nothing but amazing things to say about this. It's still available. Hopefully it'll stay available because I could see this being an annual wear for me. I loved it that much. So that's everything that I wore in June. Whew. Did you make it through that marathon of a video? If you did, let me know down in the comments what you enjoyed that I shared with you today. Are you loving the bright summer colors? Are you already ready for fall? I want to know down in the comments. If anything I shared with you today is still currently available, I will link it in the description box. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!